Joe Biden is basically going for the jugular, and he's attacking the maggot insanity, and that could be a winning message for him in 2024. But let's see if that even takes place. Now, Biden calls out the vengeance and vindictiveness of an anti-American extremist movement, but will the media even bother to notice this? Um, Now, Joe Biden gave a speech last week that went largely unnoticed in the press, and it's really too fucking bad. And it may have been the best, and may have been the best speech that he's ever given. If people actually saw or heard it, it might set their minds at ease a little bit about his prospects in the next election. Now, Biden's never been much of a speaker, but when he talks about the threat to democracy, he's been excellent on that point. Um, Now, this is his fourth such speech, reflecting a sincere effort on his part, to which we should all pay attention to. And after all, and while we're all painfully aware of the right's anti-democratic turn, Biden is the actual president, and it stands to reason that he sees this from a different perspective. And the fact that he's so determined to sound the alarm should get much more attention than it already does. Um, Now we're on the heels of a bizarre impeachment inquiry hearing last week in which the Republican House members threw out outrageous smears against Biden without a shred of fucking evidence, and a GOP primary debate that had the candidates yelling at each other like drunken football fans. Now, Biden traveled to Arizona to open the John McCain Institute and Library, and he spoke at length about his long-term friendship with McCain, the former senator, reminding people of a time when the divisions between the two parties were not as uniformly bitter and hostile as it is now. Um, Now, Biden didn't linger too much on that point. He used the legacy of McCain, the Never Trump Patriot, to pivot to the maggot movement's assault on democracy, and he said that for the late senator, it was country first, subtly pointing the finger at contemporary Republicans who put Donald Trump before the Constitution. He said, "Let me begin with this: the core principles. Democracy means rule of the people, not rule of monarchs." And it's not rule of the moneyed, but it's not rule of the mighty, regardless of the party. That means respecting free and fair elections, accepting the outcome, win or lose. It means you can't love your country only when you win. Democracy means rejecting and repudiating political violence, regardless of party. Such violence is never acceptable in America. It's undemocratic, and it must never be normalized to advance political power. Now, he talked about what it's like to meet with world leaders who ask him, "Is it going to be okay?" And then you wonder if it will be, and who wonder whether Americans understand just how unstable this big, powerful country appears to be to the rest of the world. Now, there is something dangerous happening in America. There's an extremist movement that does not share the basic beliefs about democracy, and it's the maggot movement. He said the maggot movement was not hiding its attacks, but was openly promoting them, attacking the free press as the enemy of the people, attacking the rule of law as an impediment fomenting voter suppression and election subversion. And then Biden made his point even more clearly. They're pushing a notion that the defeated former squatter expressed when he was in office and believes applies only to him. And this is a dangerous fucking notion. Trump believes that he's above the law, which he's not, that he has no limits on power, which he does. Trump says the Constitution gave him, quote, "the right to do whatever he wants to squatter." No, it does not. And basically not guided by the Constitution or by common service and decency toward our fellow Americans, but by vengeance and vindictiveness. Now, do most Americans even know that Trump made those claims? I do. Um, I've been astonished at the media shrugging it off when he proclaimed on more than one occasion that, according to Article 2, that he says that the article says he could do whatever he wanted. No, it does not say that. Now, any president or squatter candidate saying such a thing should be automatically disqualified, but somehow it wasn't. Now, Biden exhorted Americans to take this threat seriously and recognize that the whole thing falls apart if these people are allowed to seize power. Now, it's a simple and straightforward address without a lot of fancy rhetoric, and it's just a strong, clear denunciation of something dangerous that's happening in our society and has somehow been accepted by too many as business as usual. Now, after that speech, Biden sat down with John Harwood of ProPublica for an interview that was largely on the same topic. Now, if you took the time to watch it and then ask yourself whether you can possibly believe that this man is somehow incapacitated or has any cognitive disability, and then take the time to watch Donald Trump's interview on Meet the Press, there's a difference. Now, there's a lot of angst in the atmosphere about Biden's chances of re-election. If it seems almost incomprehensible that it could even be close, remember that these are not normal political circumstances and that the GOP has pretty much devolved into a cult rather than a political party. Now, Biden doesn't quite say that, but the concept comes through loud and clear in his comments. So while many of the usual suspects are demanding that the president talk about kitchen table issues, he seems to recognize that something deeper than economic malaise is going on, which is why the remarkable job market and slowing inflation haven't made people feel any better. Biden understands that the majority in this country is simply frightened that America has gone off the rails in some fundamental way, and they don't know how to fucking deal with it, or even how to fucking define it. But many of us share the sense that for all of Donald Trump's clownlessness, something seriously destabilizing is happening. We see him flouting every norm, every rule, and every law while his sycophants cheer him on. We see it in the right's nearly unanimous defense of what happened on January 6, 2021 when Trump instigated that Klan attack on the Capitol. And we see it in the insane fetish for guns, the uncontrolled spread of conspiracy theories, the growing authoritarian impulse, and we see it in book bans and the pointless cruelty towards trans kids and in them denying COVID. We see it in the fact that every time conservatives get the power to do so, they start taking away constitutional rights. Now, Biden's insistence on talking about this over the objections of many Democratic strategists and pundits shows confidence in his own judgment, which proved to be right in 2022 when he ignored their pleas to change his closing argument before the midterms from political extremism to the economy. Now, Americans are palpably nervous and agitated, and it's not about the price of eggs or gasoline, but it's about freedom, and their anxiety is justified, and Joe Biden fucking gets it, while Trump does not. Now, if you like the video, you can get the video, like, and subscribe to my channel, RBW King. You can also hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified when a new video comes out. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button, and also, then you'll be notified for every video. If you want to support my work and my brother, you can donate to my Patreon link, which you can find in the About section of YouTube. And for just a little, a few bucks a video or a month, your donation can help go a long way, and thanks for listening.